Welcome back, family. This is Phil with the Marriage Promise Journey YouTube channel. And I'd like to thank all our new subscribers and everyone commenting. And yeah, I appreciate all of you so much. I pray for all our subscribers, all the ones who are commenting. I appreciate all the shares. Hit the notification bell and select all so you can get all of our content as God enables us to publish it. And I know it's been a few days since I've been able to get a word out, but the Lord had me take some rest time and some time with Him. And but anyway, we're coming today with this word, this topic, the purpose of your kingdom marriage. Okay, the purpose of your kingdom marriage. As you may know, if you've seen our other video, there's three types of marriage. There's Christian marriage, there's kingdom marriage, and there's God-ordained marriage. And of course, the God-ordained and kingdom marriage, those, if you're walking out that type of marriage promise, the goal is, of course, kingdom marriage, because God is preparing you for either extreme sacrifice, and you're probably going through that in your preparation season now, and some high profile. You will either be high profile in the public eye, or you'll be high profile in your industry or your business sector. You may be in ministry, you may be in arts and entertainment. So this relationship, one or both people may be in a very high profile, high in demand industry. And so God is building for success. So, and especially I want to address this for the ladies, because it's natural for you to desire, the domestic life, because when you're thinking of marriage, it comes natural for you to want that bedding down feeling, and that safe, secure environment, that home space, and for your children to raise a family and all that. So, but that's also part of the Christian marriage. Christian marriages, those are leaders in the local community. They're leaders in their local church. They're sometimes even senior pastors or whatever, and they help. They do good works in the church and the community, and those are very important roles, and they are a blessing. They keep the body of Christ moving forward. And yeah, and they are the ones that are feeding the sheep, really. So but we want to talk about this purpose of the kingdom marriage, because many times God has spoken to you and you're walking out this promise, and the reason why God has spoken to you, the goal is kingdom marriage, to prepare you for this high profile, high sacrifice, high in demand role that one or both of you are going to walk out in your time together. And it's primarily, it's when God speaks to you in such an intimate way, and who your person is, or God has spoken to you, He's restoring your marriage, your relationship. He's spoken to you, and He's giving you all these strong, intense feelings for this person, so that you can pray. And and sometimes we get off into thinking what it may be like and stuff, but the romance is not the primary purpose of kingdom marriage. Kingdom marriage is a life of sacrifice, and it's preparation for great things, exploits in God. Yeah. So you will have a big reputation. You'll be a person of renown in your industry or whatever. And so, but the thing is, it's easy to get caught up in the romance part. So we go from marriage promise word, the marriage promise word. We love the next word, and we need those words too. Don't get me wrong, you know, but God has a purpose for putting you two together that is above your romantic life. God has a purpose that He's put you two together that is above the children that you're going to raise. Okay, so this needs to be figured in to this relationship, because especially if both of y'all are going to be in these high demand positions, high octane positions, you know, you will need some domestic help with your children. You might be traveling a lot as a family. You might have traveling tutors with you, or you may have tutors in your home, because your calling may require that you up and leave on short notice, and you're traveling as a group. Okay, so just have that in mind, that you may be going to high-powered social gatherings. You may be invited. Your calling may require situations like that. And ladies, if you're not sure what your kingdom assignment is, God hasn't given you these specific instructions yet, which I have a feeling that many of you don't. But I know a lot of you do, and you're moving out in your business. You started your channel. You're producing, whatever God is that has anointed you to produce, or your business, and you're moving out. But so God may not have given you very specific instructions at this point, and don't feel left out if He hasn't, and you've been in this journey for a while, because you may not be the visionary in the relationship. I know a lot of ladies that are doing the prophetic words. Of course they're out front with it, with this. They're walking in their kingdom assignment for this season. But if your partner is the visionary, and God isn't giving you a lot of specific guidance as far as your assignment, so of course you're going to want to do the things that take care of yourself, do your Esther treatments, take care of your debt, work where you're God's called you to work, take care of your children if you have been entrusted with them, and continue to provide a safe space for them. But your person, when he comes in, he's going to be on fire, and he's going to have heard from God, and he's going to want to do the will of God, because whether he's called to fivefold ministry, whether he's called to business, whether he's called to industry, commerce, entrepreneurship, he's called to education or government, whatever it is, when he comes in, or God gets a hold of him, he's going to be the visionary. He's going to have a fire lit under him, and you will have to be in a emotional space where you can be a support to him. And he may not have all the details, and it may look very reckless, as he's trying to move forward, especially if he's called a pioneer in a certain area. So, so that's might be an area of preparation, because he's going to come in on fire to do the will of God. And so if you haven't had a lot of instruction into your assignment, that means he's carrying it. He's carrying that part. And men usually generally are the visionary. And so you have to have emotional space to accommodate him, because he's going to need your understanding and cooperation and your ability to dovetail. And he might ask you to do certain assignments, and he's going to want you to put your gifts and talents and your abilities into that assignment, above and beyond just keeping house, taking care of the children, taking care of the shopping, paying the bills. Those are domestic responsibilities. This kingdom marriage is going to require wisdom and understanding above those duties, okay? And he's gonna want to be around you all the time, and he's gonna well, I wanted to be around my wife all the time. I wanted us to do everything together, and I guess I smothered her. I don't know, I doubt it. But anyway, yeah. So this is something that, if you're not carrying the specific visions for assignment, your kingdom assignment, that means that your person is. And so, now your assignment is to pray and intercede for him, pray for, bind the devil, get deliverance, get healed, and, get your finances in order as best you can. And God will give you guys the blueprint to come in and straighten all this out. But, so you have all these feelings and all these confirmations, and God continues to speak to you, and all these prophetic words keep coming, and they're still speaking to you. And so it's like you have a hard time getting away from this. And it's not going to take over your identity. This promise isn't going to take over your identity. But understand that, if you have specific tasks God's called you to work on, you can take your mind off of this stuff and rest. It's easier to rest. I get it. But so he's going to come in hot and ready to do the will of God, and whatever it is, he's going to want to get moving, get rolling, because he wants to make up for lost time, wasted years. And so you're going to be that stability and support for him. And you want him to have that enthusiasm, that young man enthusiasm. You want him to have that fire in the belly. You know what I mean? Because that's what's going to carry you guys far. And so I say all this to encourage you that if you haven't had a lot of very specific instructions, and it's more about your Esther treatments at this point in your prayer life and your Bible time and stuff, then he's carrying something. And I want to prepare you. Don't let this be a rude awakening, because he's going to want to be a high performance. He's going to want to get out and conquer the world. And he may not have all the details to the plan. And so God didn't pair you up with this docile person. God called you to stand for this high octane individual that you're proud to have, that's a catch, and that attracts a lot of female attention, and when he knows that you're with him 100%, and that you're not like Lot's wife looking back, questioning his leadership, questioning, not understanding stuff, not going with the flow. Abraham didn't have all the answers, but when it was time to move out, Sarah fit into the plan. And that's the contrast between Sarah and Lot's wife. Lot's wife didn't get it. His future sons-in-law, they thought that Lot was mocking when he said, "Let's get out of this city. God's going to destroy it." Look, it may be say his leadership. If he tells you that, hey, we got to move now, and there's no time for questions, it might save your relationship. It might save you or the children's lives. So you have to have this heart posture that you're prepared to follow, because there are situations where I look back where I had to tell my wife, we were visiting with people before, and I had to tell them, hey, this is not a good scene right here. These are not our kind of people. Load up the car right now and we're leaving. And she did, and I can think of 2 or 3 situations like that, and she did not, she had questions, but she didn't hesitate too much, and we discussed the situations later. So you might be put in a situation that it might be life or death for y'all, Yes, it might be very serious situation, and you will have to trust his leadership. So anyway, I just wanted to share that the purpose of your kingdom marriage and is to prepare for these situations. If you're not the visionary, that just understand that your mindset is to be there and to flow. And that can be difficult. That's a calling in itself, and it's a high calling. It's a good calling, and God's called you to it, and you can do it. Yes, you can do it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys staying with me to this point, and I love you all so much. Thanks for listening to the videos. God bless you. Bye.